The release of Prince Harry's memoir, Spare, has intensified into more than just public debate. It has drawn Buckingham Palace into a legal battle centered around security concerns. Among the most contentious elements disclosed in the memoir is a revelation that has alarmed the royal household and security experts alike: the location of Queen Elizabeth II's private quarters. This detail, however seemingly innocuous in the context of Harry's personal narratives, is now at the heart of a lawsuit filed by the palace against the prince. The breach and its ramifications. The memoir, already laden with raw, personal accounts and moments of deep introspection, featured a section that described life within the walls of Buckingham Palace. Prince Harry's intention was to shed light on the complexities of royal life and his experience growing up as the spare to his brother, Prince William. However, it is one specific disclosure, the exact location of Queen Elizabeth II's bedroom, that has sparked significant backlash. The palace contends this detail constitutes a breach of national security, with potential ramifications that extend beyond Harry's narrative. Security analysts argue that such information, though personal to Harry, could be exploited by those with malicious intent. The revelation underscores the fragility of high-profile security protocols and raises questions about how far memoirs can go when revealing personal and familial insights. With Buckingham Palace's legal action now public, the dispute encapsulates a broader conversation about balancing the rights of public figures to share their stories with the need to protect the confidentiality of others, especially when state security is implicated. Public and legal reactions. The lawsuit has ignited a storm of opinions. Advocates for freedom of expression argue that Harry's memoir represents his lived experiences and should not be censored. Yet, many critics point out that certain boundaries should be respected, especially when the welfare of others, particularly in a national context, is concerned. Experts suggest that this case could set an unprecedented legal benchmark for the publication of memoirs by public figures, where the line between personal revelations and state security must be defined. Privacy rights are traditionally protected vigorously within royal circles, making this case a test of how far the institution is willing to go in defending these principles. Prince Harry's defense and public debate. Prince Harry's defense rests on his claimed intent, sharing his truth, a narrative that he believes has been misrepresented or suppressed for years. Supporters of the prince argue that his disclosures, while provocative, are part of a broader effort to illuminate the often unseen challenges he faced within the royal system. Nonetheless, this view is polarizing. Public sentiment is split, with many questioning whether the inclusion of such sensitive information was necessary or reckless. A significant portion of the population, particularly those invested in the monarchy's stability, view the lawsuit as a necessary measure. It serves as a stark reminder of the responsibilities associated with being a royal, even one who has ostensibly stepped back from official duties. For others, this situation underscores the struggles of modern public figures in balancing personal expression with their past affiliations and responsibilities. Potential implications for future memoirs. The stakes of this lawsuit extend beyond Harry and his book. If Buckingham Palace succeeds, it may embolden tighter scrutiny over the memoirs of public figures, particularly those with access to sensitive or privileged information. The case could compel publishers to adopt more rigorous vetting processes and dissuade individuals from including details that might skirt security concerns, even in a bid for authenticity or transparency. Such outcomes may reshape how autobiographies are approached, particularly in the UK, where the monarchy's influence remains significant despite evolving public attitudes. Authors may find themselves facing stringent guidelines that balance openness with the potential risks of sharing too much, especially when public safety or royal traditions are at stake. Broader implications for privacy. This legal clash between Prince Harry and Buckingham Palace poses larger questions about the ethics of privacy in public life. What can and should be protected when a member of one of the world's most scrutinized families chooses to share their personal experiences? The balance between transparency and maintaining security, both personal and national, has never been more relevant. As public figures increasingly use personal stories to connect with audiences or advocate for causes, the rules of engagement for such revelations may have to evolve. Prince Harry's case has turned into a litmus test for where these boundaries lie. It challenges whether one's right to personal expression can override communal safety or institutional traditions. A divided public. The public response mirrors the contentious nature of Harry's departure from royal duties and the narrative he has pursued since then. While some empathize with his decision to distance himself from the monarchy and speak candidly, others feel that his revelations cross a line, betraying not only the trust of his family, but compromising the dignity and security of the institution. Critics argue that revealing intimate details from within palace walls betrays confidences and responsibilities that remain, whether or not one holds official royal duties. This perspective frames Harry's actions as indicative of a broader disregard for the boundaries respected by previous generations of royals, including his late mother, Princess Diana. Conclusion. The lawsuit filed by Buckingham Palace against Prince Harry over the disclosures in his memoir Spare could mark a turning point for public figures' memoirs. If the court sides with the palace, future autobiographies may become more guarded, reshaped by the implications of security and privacy. This case could ultimately influence how deeply public figures, especially those tied to national institutions, delve into their pasts. Whether viewed as an overreach by an institution clinging to tradition or a justified response to a significant breach of protocol, the outcome will likely resonate far beyond the corridors of Buckingham Palace.